JDM. Wondering what all the rage is about? Let me show you. So basically, JDM stands for Japanese Domestic Market, which means it was made for Japan. Think of a 350Z versus a Fairlady Z. They're both basically the same car with minor changes. The Fairlady was sold only in Japan new, sold to JDM, but the 350Z was not sold in Japan, so it's not JDM. I hope all the 12-year-old car enthusiasts realize that all the Mark IVs that they absolutely cream over are not absolutely JDM, because not all of them are sold in Japan. For Japanese cars, in my opinion, there's not really any very notable cars before the 1980s. So, starting with the 80s, we had the Honda CRX, the Toyota Sprinter A86, the Mark III Supra, the FCRX7, the W10 MR2, and finally, the 280ZX and the 300ZX. For the 90s, there's the big three, the FDRX7, the Mark IV Supra, and the R34 GTR. Also, we had the SW20 MR2, the other Skylands, the R32 and the R33, the other 300ZX, the Honda/Acura NSX, the Evos 1-6 with 3K GT but no Eclipse. It was built in the US and was never sold in Japan. Continuing, we had all the S chassis, the Integra Type R, the Subaru Impreza, the EK9 Civic Type R, the Honda Prelude, the NA and MB Miatas, the Toyota Chaser, etc., etc. In the 2000s, we had the MR2 Spider, the Integras, the S2Ks, the NC Miata, the R35 GTR, the 350Z, the RX-8 with its Wankel engine, the Evo 7 through 10, the Mazda B3, and the other Imprezas. For the 2010s to present, we still have the R35, which Nissan keeps milking, and it just happens to be old enough to have its own driver's license now. We also have the FRS, BRZ, and GR86, the Lexus LFA, the ND Miata, the BMW Z. Oops, did I say BMW? I meant to say Mark V Supra. We also have the Civic Type Rs, the Nissan 370Z, the new 400Z, the new WRX, the Acura NSX, and that's basically it for modern Japanese sports cars. There's also a category of Japan-exclusive cars called K, which is a category of car introduced in 1949, regulating the size and power of these cars to maximize fuel economy. If you are wondering why someone would buy a 63 horsepower car, the Japanese government offers various tax incentives for these cars. There's actually some pretty neat kid cars such as the Honda S660, which sort of reminds me of an NSX, the Honda Beat, which is like a mini S2K, the AutoZone AZ1, which is a Mazda-built Golden Door supercar, the Nissan Figaro, which despite the looks was sold in the 90s, and finally the Suzuki Cappuccino, which you can get in a variety of roof styles such as Targa, T-Top, and full convertible. In conclusion, super kids are annoying. Don't be one. Anyways, that's JDM cars for imbeciles.